All right, so the belief breach. The belief breach. So the three silent objections killing your pitch. And here we're going to see clearly those beliefs and what's happening in the most beautiful, beautiful way. So if you are watching this webinar for the first time, this part of the series, make sure that you watch the other episodes in it and watch your full webinar to fully understand why your webinar is not converting. All right, so from attendee to client, we want people to actually come as attendee and end up as client, right? You don't just want, you are not doing it for free, right? Just waste time. You have a goal. So what's really hindering the conversion? So here you will see there are three silent beliefs stand between a warm attendee and then a yes. Three of them, right? Well, the first one is identity belief. So it has to do with this works, but not for people like me. So they are dealing here. You are hearing the voice of the identity. There is a disparity in the identity belief or conception when it comes to your product or your service. And then the second one that you will see is the urgency belief. Some will somehow believe that, oh, I could figure this out myself eventually. So I mean, why should I try to pay X amount of money to a certain coach or consultant? And then the third one is the risk belief. Right, so they are falling feels riskier than staying stuck. And you hardly believe that, like, as a coach who has heard the pain of people in this particular space over and over, you hardly believe that somebody can genuinely think that them trying to solve it, right, and it not working is better, or is worse than them staying in that particular situation. And that's human beings for you. So they themselves may not even have named it like, oh, I have an identity belief problem. I have an identity belief problem, right? I have a risk belief problem. But by the time you listen to them, by the time you take feedback from why they usually say no, right? Sometimes they don't even know clearly why they even say no. Is all those things are processed subconsciously. So you really want to be conscious of that. So left unaddressed, any of these three beliefs or any of these three silence blocks are block the yes, right? No matter how strong the offer is. So when you look at this very well, you can clearly see that even if you bring the price down, right, and the person has their own identity, nothing will change. And you will not even get them. So the unfortunate thing that even happens is you can bring your price down, right? And some way somehow get sales. But the people don't show up for the training. They don't show up for the meetings. They don't take part in the assignments, in the exercise, in the sessions. And you wonder, like, okay, but you did pay for this thing. Why are you not taking it seriously? They did pay money, but it's a different thing to also pay attention. It takes a whole different thing for people to actually give money, also decide to give the attention they're supposed to give to the whole thing. And most of the time, if the underlying beliefs have not been addressed, it doesn't matter how down the price is. They may pay it, but they will never take what you are doing as seriously as you want to. And that's even more insulting, personally, as a coach, to see that happening. So let's go deeper into them a little bit. So the belief breach, right? The belief breach. Identity and urgency. Well, these are the first two beliefs. So identity belief. So here you will see that this works for people. This works for people. That's what they are thinking. This works for people, right? But not people like me. So they don't disagree with your product. That's where that silence comes from. So they don't disagree with that product, whatever you are selling, but they also somehow agree with the fact that it's not only for people like them. And maybe out of respect or out of politeness, some of them don't leave the call during the webinar. So this also accounts for attendance drops. So they agree with what you are saying, but again, they don't believe it's for people like them. So the attendee accept the method is sound, but has quietly exempted themselves from it. So they be their industry, from maybe they exempted themselves based on, it works for people in the hospitality industry, but those in manufacturing, it doesn't work for us. Oh, great. So I'm out of here. Personality. Oh, okay. I'm more of an introvert, right? This thing is more for extroverted people. Boom, out of the webinar, or they stay there by out of respect. And then past 3 years. Oh, okay. 2 years ago I did this. 3 years ago I did this. Last month I tried this, didn't work. Out of respect, they stay. Some of them leave completely, right? And then starting point, they look at it and they go like, do I only have time to commit to this? Right? It's not only for somebody like me. I don't have that kind of time right now. So nothing in the pitch will resolve this on its own. And that's what we usually see in many consultants like pitches, right? Nothing only that they say in their pitch actually addresses that. And one thing that we do is to actually help you write your webinar pitch. I think that to actually incorporate those things intentionally, because when it's not done, right, you just end up, I'm feeling more frustrated because what having to try truly? You try so much. I think I want to make this more visible. All right. So the urgency belief. So this is what they're thinking, right? I could probably figure this out myself eventually. And that's for quite a number of people, right? So the attendee doesn't doubt the value. That's the key thing. Again, they are not saying no to you. If you start understanding that they are not actually saying no to anything that you are saying, they're actually okay with it. It's not exactly what you are saying. Right? The attendee doesn't doubt the value, right? They believe the timeline can be self-directed. So rather than learning on your timeline or learning with you, they believe that, okay, I can actually do this myself, right? So without a real specific cost of waiting, this survives even a persuasive pitch. So if you don't show them, okay, you need to address this now, and even with aided help, not just now, not just now, right? Aided hands, like somebody aiding them to address it now. If it's not shown to them that way, they will just believe that, okay, why they need to take it that way? They'll just be like, okay, I can just do it on my own, and I can just do it on my own timeline and myself, right? So you will not really want something like that happening. That doesn't help. If something like that is happening and it's not really addressed, doesn't matter how many bonuses you do add or remove or how low the price gets, nothing will really move them. And then the risk belief. So the quietest and the most common of the three. So what it sounds like, the risk belief. So the risk of trying and failing feels bigger than the risk of staying back. Think about that. And this is the strangest one. The risk of trying and failing, risk of trying and failing feels bigger than the risk of staying stuck. So there are some way somehow for a business owner, for a coach in particular, we have to believe that people actually think like that. But that's human beings for you. They actually do think like that. And you must be okay understand that they actually do think like that. Somebody is more comfortable in that pain and is willing to stay in that pain more than trying and failing. I mean, you will have even assume that it's better to try and fail and then even try again and even fail and then eventually succeed. But people will actually go with the option of, if it's going to lead me to become comfortable beyond what I'm able to bear, right? Below what I'm able to bear currently, I'll just not do that. And that's so sad. So staying where they are feels safe. Feels safe by default. So simply because it is familiar, right? That's a human being for you. Familiarity, comfort zone, right? So even when it's genuinely costing them, this one is the biggest, I think. This one is the biggest. That explains why many things in society run the way they run. That evil or the wrong things can be going on for a while, and everybody seems to just be okay with it, and nobody really wants to make a change. So why is that as a strong offer and office? So nothing about a strong offer automatically outweighs this feeling. It's a heavy feeling, truly, and it's emotionally strong because it deals with the person has literally measured pain. And for human beings, pain is a bigger motivator than profit or than even growth. Overall, fear is a bigger motivator for most of humanity than faith. Right, that's the world in which we live. So it has to be named. That particular issue, this issue has to be named and reframed directly, or it will keep quietly winning the exact moment the ask arrives. So if you don't address it, if you don't really, if you don't even accept it as a coach that this is actually something going on in the mind of your viewers or the mind of your ICP or your attendees, you can't even address it. But this is a real thing going on in their mind right now. All right, so the belief bridge at a glance. So identity, not for people like me. That's what they see over there. Urgency, I will get it. Okay, I'll get to it eventually. So there's no reason to really rush. And then risk, stack feels safer than from falling or than failing. Comes to the end of this webinar. So you already know which belief is blocking your close. We can help you name it more clearly or name it together. So this webinar gave you a real diagnosis, but we also offer you a free 15-minute call, discovery call, where we like to look into your business personally, hear your case and hear your situation and see how best we can provide a quick possible offer, right? A quick possible solution that will do help. And we look forward to reaching out. So make sure you check the link in the description for this webinar. I think it will really be very useful to you. Thank you once again for being a part of it. We'll catch up in the webinar number 5 of this series. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye and enjoy the rest of your day.